if you are someone who thinks that it's rigged for the Chiefs, why are you not just betting the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Shut up about it and bet the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Like, it's so simple. You would be a fool to talk about it and not bet on it.
Barstool Big Cat joining us live from New Orleans as he gets set to finish off the week. I assume you're flying back for the Super Bowl, or are you actually staying down there for the event?
No, I'm flying back Saturday morning, so I've already got my eye on that.
That's how a pro does it. You stay down there for all the parties during Super Bowl week, and then you actually watch the game on your home or Barstool setup, so you guys can broadcast like you usually do.
Do you guys have like a particular event going forward that you're looking forward to, or that you are going to attend?
I wish I was way cooler than I am, it's a combination of age and a combination of how much we have to work during this week. But I'll probably go out on Thursday and Friday for a little bit, but I can't hang and then get up and have to do interviews at 9 a.m. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just can't do it anymore. So I don't have that bounce back. So yeah, I wish now listen, I hurt myself in other ways. I bet the BYU-Arizona game last night, and I watched it till 12:15 in the morning, and I was like, why am I doing this? So I still make bad decisions. They're just different bad decisions. They're not on Bourbon Street.
Have you guys made the request to have Taylor Swift on?
We have not. I don't think that request would go well. Okay. I don't think that request would go well.
Well, listen, everybody's mature. I mean, if there were some
I'm
things...
Not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Why do you not... back. Why would you Why would you think that it wouldn't go well?
I've said some things that have not made the Swifties happy.
Okay, you could make amends for that with this interview.
I will not. I stand by what I said.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, Big Cat, I'm curious.
No, I want you guys to meet, and I want you guys to hash it out.
I don't think. Listen, we had Jason Kelce on today. He was great. So that's a person away. So maybe we're working closer back to someday having that happen.
Who's Jason rooting for? Did he let that out of the bag yet?
I think he's rooting for the Eagles. I do.
Okay.
I think he's rooting for the Eagles and for Travis Kelce to have a great game. Yeah. I think that's really what he's rooting for.
How are you? Where are you leaning in terms of this game?
I have a future. I'm deja vu. I have 2 years ago, I put a future on the Eagles before the season at 22-1, the 22-1 kid, and that Patrick Mahomes robbed me. This year, I waited till early January, and I parlayed Ohio State to win the national championship and the Philadelphia Eagles at plus 700. So it's 13.5-1. On the Eagles, so I'm yet again going to watch Patrick Mahomes rip my heart out and rip my guts out on Sunday night.
And listen, I know you're a man of means, Big Cat, so you don't necessarily have to hedge. But man, would you there's no inclination for you to hedge in any way.
No,
just to make it pure profit.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bet a substantial amount of money on the coin toss. Tails never fails.
Yep.
If I hit that, I may use a little bit of that for a potential in-game hedge, but when I'm saying this out loud right now, I know that I'm not even going to do that.
Okay. A lot of work.
I'm going to do the coin toss. I'm just not going to do the hedge.
I like that. All right, hey, listen, a man of your word. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We were talking about this a little bit earlier. How do you feel about the idea of Travis Kelce, if the Chiefs do win this game and they three-peat, is it better for Travis to ride off into the sunset and hang him up, or FOMO, you don't want to miss out on a possible four-peat if you're him?
Yeah, I think you'd have to come back for one more. You can't.
Anybody that divorces themselves to Patrick Mahomes or from Patrick Mahomes in his prime is a sports fool.
Even if you're
did you see Andy Reid was like, I'm going to coach next year. Like, no, duh, dude.
Yeah.
You're going to coach next year.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes in his prime.
I listen, and what is Kelce? 35? Is he 36? Something
35.
like that. I don't care. If you are divorcing yourself from Patrick Mahomes when he's in his prime, that is sports foolery. That is silly.
Yeah, you do it till the wheels come off if you're Travis Kelce. And they have a podcast they got to keep going. So they gotta stay playing in the Super Bowl every year.
Are you buying that the NFL wants the Chiefs to win?
Listen, I know people are upset. I was rooting for the Bills. I wanted the Bills to get there, because Josh Allen and all that. My whole take on this, though, is if you are someone who thinks that it's rigged for the Chiefs, why are you not just betting the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Shut up about it and bet the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Like, it's so simple. I don't get it. If you were in your heart of hearts think that the referees are rigging this game for the Chiefs, you would be a fool to talk about it and not bet on it.
I'm with you 100%. Also, I have this story here that Tom Brady has been allowed to attend Super Bowl production meetings under temporary suspension of the Brady rules. I'm just interested, A, in how you feel about him being able to be a minority owner and also do these games, and how you feel he's actually done broadcasting these games over the course of the season.
Not great broadcasting. I think I speak for a lot of people when I think Greg Olsen was phenomenal and probably should have kept his number one job. But here's the thing: the whole situation is weird. I don't know why they've allowed it to begin with. But if you're gonna have the Super Bowl, you have to let him do the pregame meetings.
Yes.
Because then, I want it to be a good broadcast. It's the Super Bowl, so you have to suspend these rules. I just wish Greg Olsen was still calling the games as the number one booth, because I think he was so good, and it's crazy that he got bumped down for this, because it's, at the end of the day, it's I know it's Tom Brady, but Greg Olsen was phenomenal at these, and I felt like I learned something. And I just want the best broadcast team calling the Super Bowl, and I think that's Greg Olsen.
A guy who knows a thing or two about calling big games, John Gruden. You'll be doing the live Barstool broadcast with him tonight. What's his thoughts on the Super Bowl so far? What has he shared with you guys in terms of what he expects, how he thinks it'll play out?
I went to dinner with him last night. He basically spent 5 minutes talking about how incredible the Eagles were, and then at the end it was but the football gods won't give Jalen Hurts a Super Bowl, and it's going to be Patrick Mahomes, which I think is a prevailing thought. That I think that we all, when breaking down this game, the Eagles are the better team top to bottom if you go just, position group by position group, but it's just Patrick Mahomes. And if you get in a situation where it's a one-score game with Mahomes and having the ball, it's a wrap. He just does it every time. You can't do anything about it. So I think the Eagles have to figure out a way to, jump on them early, make it so it's like the AFC Championship game. I thought if the Bills had gotten that controversial first down and they'd scored a touchdown on that drive, they should have gone for 2 to go up 9. I know you don't ever do that. You always go up 8, not 9. But, that's what you have to do when you play the Chiefs. You have to make it so that it's not a one-score game with 5 minutes left and Patrick Mahomes has the ball. If
they do go on to win and Mahomes wins his 4th Super Bowl, at what point are you willing to say he is the greatest of all time as far as quarterbacks go?
I think he still has a little more to do, but in terms of, greatest teams,
does he need to beat Brady's number? Does he need to win 7 to even have that conversation?
I think if he gets a three-peat, it's more like 6. Because the three-peat has to hold more weight, right? It's never been done in the Super Bowl era. So, I mean, he's got so much of his career left. It's so funny that, we're even having this discussion. That just shows you, I mean, what's he, 17-3, I think, all time in the playoffs?
Yeah, it's silly.
I was thinking about it the other day. The 2022 Kansas City Chiefs draft, which I think is McDuffie, Karlaftis, Leo Chenal, Badger, no big deal. They have never lost a playoff game.
Yeah. He's been to, I think Mahomes has been to 7 straight AFC title games, right?
Yes,
he
they
has.
have.
His worst outcome in a season that he's been a full-time starter is losing the AFC Championship game.
It's crazy. Before we let you go, who's the coolest person that you've come across so far down in New Orleans, or somebody that you'd like to see? Because you have access to so many famous people and accomplished people. Is there someone that still makes you tingle?
I mean, Chris Berman's up there. I don't know. I gotta get out there and walk around a little bit more and see. I met Sean Payton last night. I had met him before, but that was kind of cool because he was in his natural habitat with a drink in his hand. So that's
he
really
seems to be a very gregarious guy.
Yeah, and that's the cool. It's not like seeing someone. It's like if you happen to see someone at a bar and they're enjoying themselves and they don't have their guard up and they're not being the media cliches. That's pretty cool.
Has anybody been a turd to you?
No one's been a turd yet.
Yeah.
We still got time.
It's early.
We still got a lot of time. Yeah, it's early.
All right,
it's early.
So, Big Cat, we know you've got the big parlay with the Eagles and the Ohio State National Championship on the line here. But in terms of an unbiased pick, if you had a lean right now on Wednesday, where are you going, Chiefs or Eagles?
I think I'm sticking with the Eagles, and it's not unbiased because I have the money. But I'll give you one other. I love taking this in the Super Bowl. I think it's plus 180 right now. Over 2.5 players to attempt a pass. Super Bowl, you're going to probably have a trick play in there somewhere. All you need is one guy, a receiver, a running back to throw a pass. I feel like I take that every Super Bowl, and it usually hits just because you got to empty the playbook in the last game of the season.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, get some sleep.
All right.
Enjoy
I got
yourself.
like 6 more hours of my day.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to need some sleep. You're old and tired.
Waddle's tucking you into bed early.
Yeah,
so go to bed.
5 o'clock here. Get a nap.
Imagine if Silvy had to do this week. Oh, my God. It would kill him.
He'd be vomiting in his hotel room right now.
No doubt. All right, Big
buddy,
Cat. Enjoy.
All right. Thanks, guys. Love you.